TDPK Podcasts, Thailand GameChanger, inside the minds of Thailand's innovators. Hi, this is Michael Waits, and welcome back to Thailand GameChanger. Today, I'm joined by Chonladet Khemarattan, the Group CEO of RoboWealth.
Yes.
Chonladet?
Yes.
Because I cannot pronounce your nickname.
Okay.
How are you doing today?
Awesome.
I like when people are awesome.
Yeah.
I like it. You're competing with me. I normally say super, but I rarely get awesome in return.
Yeah, awesome.
Can you give me and our audience a little bit of your background just for some context?
Actually, personally, I have been working in capital markets for like 2 decades.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And 5 years ago, I made a bold decision.
Very bold.
Yeah, very bold to resign from the company. Mm-hmm. As at that time, I was the managing director of a securities house. And then I left to found my own startup.
Okay.
Yeah, in the wealth tech.
Was entrepreneurialism something that you'd always considered? Do you know what I mean? Because I did the same thing you did. I worked at a big company for 20 years, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs. And when I was done, I was just done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
At that time, honestly, I thought that my career would be sooner or later be disrupted by the tech. Okay, so that's why I chose to disrupt myself first.
Right.
Yeah, to resign and form a good team of friends and just to do the B2B fintech model.
So I love this idea of disrupting yourself. I worked in a portfolio trading business, which meant that I helped build direct strategy access, direct to market access, direct connectivity to the exchanges, and then gave that to our clients. And I knew when I was doing that was the end of my career. Because as we were building it out and as it became more effective, as we started building algorithms to help people trade in an automated way, you could just see down the road that they didn't need active sales trading, particularly if they were index style traders, right? So if they're trading the Nikkei or the Topix or the S&P 500, they didn't need me.
Yeah, just indexing.
Just didn't need it, right?
Yeah. Actually, we are in the same field, you know. I was doing kind of algo trading business for years.
Right.
Yeah, I'm the first one in Thailand
Good
to offer that algo trading venue for retail investors.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so talk to me about RoboWealth, and then talk to me about like the differentiation between some of the other businesses in the region that do it.
Okay.
You know, like, who is it? Stashaway.
Okay.
Recently got funded, and 8 Securities, who sold themselves
SoFi.
to SoFi, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So talk to me a little bit about RoboWealth and then how it's different.
We are the first robo-advisor in Thailand.
Really?
Yeah. I think in the year of 2018, we launched this one, Odini.
Okay, show me again.
Yeah, Odini.
But what does Odini mean?
It comes from Odin, the god.
Which god? Is it a Greek god? No.
Yeah, Norse. The
Norse god.
Yeah, Norse. Like, so I put I after Odin,
right,
to make it sound like Thai.
Right, like Utini.
Yeah, Odini. We are robo-advisor for both B2C and B2B.
Okay.
And I think the different of us, comparing to other regional robo-advisory firms, is that we offer both B2C and B2B, and we offer many brands. For example, under our RoboWealth company, we have Odini as a robo-advisor.
Okay.
And then we have Finvest. Yeah.
Okay.
As a curated mobile app.
Okay.
Yeah. To make investment decision on the client's own way of thinking.
Got it.
Yeah, and we also provide the facility of technology to other friends, including True. So in True Money Wallet,
right?
Yeah, you can buy.
You can buy stocks.
Well, no, we can buy funds at the moment.
Okay,
and we supply. I mean, RoboWealth supply the technological part for that mutual funds investment.
So you're the white label back end for the True Wallet.
Yes.
So if people want to buy, when you say funds, you're talking about ETFs, mutual funds, like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. So we are like the house of brands.
That's interesting though, right?
Yeah.
And do you have a lot of competition in Thailand for this? We'll put away the regional stuff.
Talking about B2B, I think the competition is not that intense because we were competing with Singaporean B2B robo-advisory firms such as Bento or Bamboo, Reinvest.
Right.
And Bento was acquired by Grab already.
I know that.
Yeah,
and also,
Bamboo's
essentially been acquired. Who's invested in them? I can't remember it.
I'm not sure about that.
Right, but They haven't really been acquired, but the other team bought so much of them that they may as well have been acquired.
Yeah.
They're not a startup like you are.
Right.
In the same
sense.
So
you can think that as a Thai, our Thai tech team, we are more familiar with working with Thai. And our clients, our partners are more in favor to work with Thai.
Right.
So we are having a good advantage over the foreign B2B robo-advisors.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Look, every market microstructure is different.
Yes.
And every local market has its own nuances, even for funds, right?
Right. And the unique point is that we offer this service on our own, meaning that we have our own license. We know how to talk with regulators, with some big guys in the industry. That's why we are confident that for each partner, we can offer the same services.
Right, I get it.
And it would be like a quick win offering.
On the B2C side, is this a mass product? Or is it really meant only just for wealthy people to invest?
We try not to cannibalize each other. I mean, in our brandings.
Right.
So we start with 1,000 baht of minimum investment.
Okay.
Very mass.
That's super mass.
For Ordini.
Ordini, right?
Yeah. And for Finvest, likely we offer like 1,000 baht to deposit first, and then our client can make decision to buy like 1 baht, 5 baht, 10 baht, depending on the mutual funds.
Okay.
And as well as for True Money Wallet, you can buy like 1 baht, 10 baht, 5 baht, whatever.
Okay.
So it's super mass.
But is it fractional, or it's mutual fund? So it's not even really fractional. You can just buy any small amount of a mutual
just
fund.
1 baht.
That's really interesting.
Yes.
Will you do foreign shares, do you think, at some point?
At the moment, we used feeder fund.
A feeder fund?
Yeah, to buy the master fund elsewhere.
Okay.
But within this second quarter of this year, hopefully we could onboard foreign mutual funds.
Okay.
In the way that our client can directly purchase that funds, as an offshore investment.
And is that a technical problem, meaning a technological problem? Or is there a licensing issue there? What is stopping you from doing it?
At the moment, we are in talk with the Stock Exchange of Thailand because we use the Fund Connect system.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and right now they can connect with the onshore. In the super near future, we can connect to offshore.
Okay.
And thanks to our partnership with Kasikorn Bank, we can exchange from Thai baht to USD on a real-time basis. Within the app.
Within the app?
Yes.
Huh.
So
can anybody else do that? And do you make money on the FX transactions as well?
No. We charge like the interbank rate.
Okay, so you're just not taking any bips on it at all.
Yeah. In my strategy toolbox, I trying to lower down the cost.
Right.
To offer the best value for customers. Because at the end of the day, we could obtain the front end fees from fund purchasing and the trailing fee on a monthly basis, as long as the client have that mutual funds in the portfolio.
I completely understand. Yeah. And what has growth been like? You said you launched in 2018, right?
Yes.
And how's it been?
Until now, I think we have over 300,000 of downloads. Okay, and
300,000 downloads.
Yeah, and going down through the funnel. Okay, at the moment we have I think more than 15,000 of customers.
15,000 active customers.
Yes.
That's a lot, actually.
A lot. For Ordini alone. And for True Money Wallet and Finvest, we just launched them last November.
Okay, so
all together.
Okay.
Yeah, and the number of account openings are awesome. It's like over 1,000 new customers a day.
But how do you do that? So do you have a media strategy? In other words, how do you go out and get your customer acquisition?
Okay, good point. For Ordini, we use social media strategy a lot.
So Facebook,
podcast.
Yeah, good idea.
And we do the show. I mean the YouTube program.
Okay.
To invite stars like movie stars
to come in and talk about stocks.
Relatively young age.
Right.
Yeah, to discuss about how they save, how they invest in the market.
So what was the idea around your media strategy? Do you have a studio at your office as well?
Actually, we use I use our own my own room in the office.
Your office.
Yeah.
But what's the setup like? Do you have 2 microphones? Do you have cameras? Because if you're doing YouTube, you have video as well.
Pretty much the same like what we are doing right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like working with people that are used to the microphone and used to cameras.
Yes, and we have the outdoor shooting as well.
Say it again.
We have the outdoor
really?
program as well.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
that's kind of cool.
Yes.
And what kind of topics are you covering? The media strategy is to what? To educate the masses about investing in funds.
More precisely, we divide our own marketing strategy into each branding.
Okay, so one for Odini, one for Finvest.
Yeah. For Odini, we're trying to convince our customer segments, our target segments, that you have to invest. So we would talk about the importance of investing, how a guru or how famous people invest or save. Something like that for Odini.
So for someone like you, right, who was in the finance world for 20-something years, 2 decades, right, the understanding of compounding, but also just the understanding of just continuous investing, not trying to market time, always being in the market. If the market goes down, you're a long-term investor, buy more. Again, I'm not making recommendations. I'm just saying strategically, if you, and also the time value of money. Right. And that's more of a fixed income thing. But the idea is if you wait a month, that money could have been invested. And even if the market goes down, it's still being saved.
Right.
How do you explain these concepts to people if you want there to be mass investment? How do you go through
my strategy for Odini is that we don't directly educate and then convince them to use. Alternatively, we lower down the minimum investment to just 1,000 baht to let clients to try. And then once they try, they will have more incentive to learn.
I understand.
Yeah, and for continuously investing, we offer and we promote the DCA concept, the dollar cost averaging. In our app, user can set the date to be like the pay date, like 25th of every month.
Does it automatically do it, or does it just remind them?
Automatically. Our system can deduct the fund from the saving account, to automatically invest from 1,000 baht or above every month. Yeah, every month.
Right.
And for that 1,000 baht, we don't use that 1,000 baht to invest in one particular fund. Okay, we use that to invest in the portfolio of the funds based on asset allocation at that time.
So you take a portfolio view on the funds themselves.
Yes.
So does that mean that the funds have specific sector biases? In other words, can I buy just like a car fund?
Okay. For Odini, we have the asset allocation view.
Okay.
For example, right now we recommend 30% in China. Okay. At 20% or less in Vietnam. Okay. China and Vietnam altogether almost half of the portfolio.
Wow.
And then just 20% in US or tech stock.
Okay.
Yeah, and a little bit in gold, just 5%, I think.
Right.
And the remaining would be put in cash. In order to wait for the opportunity to buy.
Right. For
so
better price entry.
From that setting, we select the optimal funds.
Got it.
Of each country or each asset class.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then we use that 1,000 baht, at least to invest in that pool of the funds.
Do your clients ever ask you about cryptocurrencies or using that type of investment?
Yeah. Actually, that's an idea to embed like 5% of cryptocurrency, mainly Bitcoin and Ethereum in that portfolio. But I think in Thailand, we are not ready to, the culture, the social are not ready to embed that one with the traditional investment.
Right.
Rather, we should launch another app.
Just a separate thing.
Separate app for cryptocurrency, for digital asset.
Right.
Because, or in the future, to open an account to trade crypto, it might be more difficult than open an account to trade stocks and mutual funds.
To trade funds.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Can we go through some of the pain points? Like on a one-by-one basis? And how you solve these problems. Maybe I can just list them out for you, right? One of the things that you talk about is this inherent riskiness of investing. So it feels scary to people. Is it just the small amount that gets them comfortable going in, or are there other things that people can do to understand those risks?
You're right. First of all, we ask for only 1,000 baht to start with.
Right.
And secondly, we use diversification concept. So from your 1,000 baht, we invest into like 10 different funds.
And do people understand that?
Yes,
they do.
Yes,
even new investors.
Yes, they do. They know the concept of diversification. That's why they are looking for the robo-advisor at first.
At the beginning, anyway.
Yeah, at the beginning.
And what is the age breakdown, if you know? In other words, are you trying to get in younger investors, right? People in their 40s and 50s have already had the opportunity to invest, but also to build up enough wealth and savings that they're not so afraid to lose 10,000, 20,000 baht. But if you're 22 years old, frankly, you should be putting money into the market.
Yes, of course.
At some level, right?
Yeah, you know, for our stats, we have over 60% of our client to be aged lower than 35.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome though, right?
Yeah, awesome.
And that's purposeful on your part, right? When you're targeting people to come in, you want that, right?
But actually, technically, we don't target that specific age. But naturally, organically, they come in that fashion.
I should have been more careful with my words. When I said target, I didn't mean using the Facebook platform and the social platforms to target specifically. But in your mind, you're thinking that would be a good group of people to get investing because once it gets sticky,
of course,
they're going to invest with you forever.
Of course.
That's what I meant.
Right.
Yeah, fair enough.
Agreed. And then we trying to increase the ticket size. Okay, from 1,000 baht to 500,000 baht. If you like to go for a more premium sub-brand of Odini, so we use Odini Black. like
American Express Black?
Or Uber Black.
Uber Black.
Yeah, to make a fancier gadget in our app. So in Odini, we have Odini normal and Odini Black.
So it's like just grab car, grab car premium, like grab car SUV, grab car Mercedes kind of thing.
Right. And right now, I think the AUM wise, Odini Black accounts for about 50 or 60% of overall Odini asset under management.
And does that make you happy?
Yes.
Is that the right allocation, you think, for now?
Yeah. You know, at first when I asked my senior friends about the concept of robo-advisor.
Right.
He told us, I mean, me and my team, to start with 500,000 baht because it is more feasible for the company to...
Well, just easier to... just logistically easier.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But at that time, I think it's our duty and responsibility to help financial inclusion for every people, for the mass market.
Right.
Yeah, that's why we're trying to lower down the cost and lower down the minimum investment to be just 1,000 baht.
Right. So here's the way I look at it. First of all, if you want to have a mass market product, you have to have it in a way that's affordable for people that aren't wealthy.
Yeah.
And if you're committed to the idea of financial inclusion, 500,000 baht may not seem like a lot of money to a segment of the population.
Right.
But to some people, it could be their yearly salary. But if you can even get those people that are making 500 or 400,000 baht, back to what we were talking about earlier, to invest 1,000 baht
every month,
even just every month, 12,000 baht a year, it'll change the way they feel. And here's the analogy I like to use, and tell me what you think about this. Do you remember the first time you drove a car on the highway 100 kilometers an hour?
Yeah. So I was excited.
Yeah, but I remember the first time before I had my driver's license. I was living in Pennsylvania. And my driving instructor took me up on the highway to go 60 miles an hour, 65. It was snowing.
Snowing? Oh.
It was in the wintertime. And the reason why I mention this is because the first time you do that, it's a little scary. It is exciting.
Yeah.
But it's scary. And you feel like the only thing that could happen is something bad. But once you do it, and then you get off the highway, you go back and you park the car and you survived. Now you can go faster. Now you don't mind the snow.
Right.
Now you don't mind rain.
Right.
The analogy I'm making is put 1,000 baht in.
Yeah.
And if you don't die, put 2 in.
Right.
And that's how you grow up to 500.
Yeah.
And once you do it, you just keep doing it. And then you realize the benefits of it. It's the same thing with driving.
Yes.
That was the point I was trying
to make investment like your habit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And we love to see many people coming in. I mean, at the end of the day, we don't mind to have 1,000 baht or 500,000 baht of the client as long as they become our client.
Right.
In the future, you're right, they might invest every month or increase the amount to be invested in. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it must make your team super happy to see somebody literally move from 1,000 baht every time they invest to 2,000 to 10,000.
Yeah. Right.
And then just start making serious investments.
Right.
It's a hint to a few things. One is maybe they got a better job.
Yeah.
maybe they're getting more comfortable.
Right.
But it says that this whole idea of financial inclusion, very important to me.
Yes.
Clearly very important to you as
you
well.
know, or there are some clients to invest like almost every day, like 1,000 baht, 2,000 baht. So we keep our eyes on that. We monitor the behavior of the clients.
Right.
And we found out that actually this client, actually she's doing the e-commerce stuff.
Right. So when she gets money in,
whenever she grabs the new money, she put it in the portfolio.
Market. Yeah. Which is a great idea though, right?
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So you integrate with what systems so that you can do that automatic investing? I know you said it earlier, but just refresh my memory.
Okay. We are the first robo-advisor in town, and we utilized Fund Connect system for ordering the mutual funds to connect with every fund houses.
Let's say I have $1 million baht in a bank account somewhere.
Yeah.
And I just want to automatically invest 10,000 baht a week.
Mm-hmm.
How can I do that through ODNI or Finvest?
First of all, we connect to that Fund Connect system for ordering and for settlement of the funds or fund deducting.
Right.
We use our partners as an e-wallet provider to connect this wallet, this virtual wallet with the bank account.
So I don't have to put money in the wallet. I just have to have money in my bank.
Yes.
Connects to the wallet. I give it access to it. And then it goes into the system.
For example, if you are the Kasikorn Bank's customer or Siam Commercial Bank's customer, let's say you have the K Plus mobile app.
I understand.
So you can open an account through our ODNI app. And then once you say that, hey, you would love to link with the K Bank saving account, that will be the notification popped in that K Plus. And then you just allowed us to deduct your funds.
So it's not automatically deducted. That's cool, actually. So I get a notification that says your fund management company, ODNI or whatever, Finvest is trying to take 10,000 baht out of your account, and I could go, I didn't do anything. Or I can say absolutely yes.
Yeah. It would be the SMS OTP to do that. Yeah. But if you would love to do DCA, that would be no.
What's VCA?
Dollar cost averaging to invest every month.
Yep.
That would be the automatic process. So you don't have to allow every month. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
That's kind of cool.
But for the first time of setting up that DCA order, you need to allow us to do so. Yeah.
Do you, when you talk to new investors or even prospective investors, maybe not just you, but your team, do you get the sense that there are some people as part of the mass market that feel left out of the market, that it's not open to them, that they can't invest? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. That's why we're trying to include everyone in this to offer just 1,000 baht. And right now, I think for ODNI, it's 1,000 baht to invest with, right? For Finvest and True Money Wallet, actually, there's no minimum investment. You can invest just 1 baht.
Okay.
And that's it. Yeah.
Okay. And do you do seminars at all? In other words, there are plenty of these stock sort of recommendation companies. That's different. I know you're not recommending individual stocks, but do you ever do an offline seminar to teach people about it, or do they ask you?
We did that before the COVID.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we did that. And I think after the COVID, we will do that again.
Okay.
And for Finvest, actually, we supply a lot of content almost every day.
Okay.
For example, to teach our customers about Chinese mutual funds. What are they? What are interesting Chinese funds to invest in?
Okay.
And as well as to make weekly outlook for the market.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Embedded in our app.
Embedded in the app. So does that mean you have a research department, or is it more you do?
Yeah.
So how many people are doing research for you?
Oh, almost 10 people.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. A big team. Because we are the group. So we have one single investment team to supply the contents for each and every branding.
Right. So we should be explicit about this. So RoboWealth, we said at the beginning, you're the group CEO, but ODNI is a separate brand. Finvest is a separate brand.
Yes.
And then what's the name of the other brand that does the white labeling? Refresh my memory.
Actually, under RoboWealth Group, RoboWealth Group is a holding company.
Yep.
Having 3 subsidiaries.
Yep.
The first one is RoboWealth Mutual Fund Brokerage. Okay. So ODNI Finvest
sit there.
Sits there. And for second entity, it is RoboWealth Investment Advisory.
Okay.
So in this one, we target high net worth people to offer a traditional way of advisory.
Got it.
So under the second entity, we have another name of Indigo.
Indigo.
Yeah, Indigo. And then the third...
are you the naming guy? You're coming up with all these names yourself?
Yes.
I feel like you are.
Yes. And the third entity would be involving the real B2B, non-revenue sharing projects under the name of CodeFin Company.
Okay.
Yeah. So we help stock exchange on projects, Krung Sri Asset Management, Kasikorn Asset Management, Land and House Bank, and so on and so forth.
Got it.
Yeah.
Interesting structure. What do you expect it to look like 5 years from now? Do you think you'll get into individual stocks? We already talked about going overseas and doing overseas stuff through the Fund Connect, right? But what do you think it looks like in 5 years?
My background is actually in stocks. Right. So that's why I know that the margin of that stock investment segment is not that great. I know the margin is very tight. Competition is very intense. That's why we, at the moment, will not do stocks. Okay, and we have no plan to do stocks within 3 to 5 years. In order to expand, right now we are in good shape of domestic market.
Good stuff.
Yeah, we have different brands to serve different segments. In the future, we would love to try expanding to other countries.
Yeah, I mean, I have so many ideas about this. We can talk about, Robinhood in the United States for hours, but I really don't want to spend any time talking about it. I think but I will say this. I think one of the things that people don't understand about the Robinhood business and its relationship to its investors in the hedge fund business is just how they make money.
Yeah.
If stock investing is free. Is that fair?
Yeah.
So you can get into that business where trading is free, but it's a slippery slope to a lot of sort of problematic business decisions.
Right.
If that's fair. And I can imagine you don't want to do that.
No. So I would love to go for the asset allocation mutual fund side. Right. Yeah. And I would love to explore Indonesia and Vietnam. Right. Because of the young population. Super young. Yeah, super young. And I think they would more likely to be the early adopters.
There's also a relatively well-developed mutual fund market in Vietnam. So there have been some foreign providers in the mutual fund business, right, that have listed funds in London on the LSE for 20 years or more, right? Yeah, those would make really interesting partners. And you're right, because how many people are in Vietnam? 100 million people?
Roughly,
right? Yeah. Around there?
Yeah.
And that means, and most of them are really young.
Yes.
So I think the Vietnamese population could be one of the youngest in the region.
And relatively well educated.
Very well educated, actually. Yeah. I mean, we know from the fact that there are plenty of software development houses in Vietnam that outsource not just from here, but from the rest of the world. Yes. And you can't do that unless you have a good technical education.
Yeah, correct. And I think last year, Vietnam has the highest number of foreign direct investment in Southeast Asia.
Last year had the highest FDI in Southeast Asia.
Yes.
Not shocking, actually, to me. Well, again, you may not know this, but I've been living in Asia for almost 30 years now. No, more than 30.
Okay.
So I made my bet on Asia a long time ago. Okay. And I think a lot of the rest of the world is catching up. As you see sort of investment opportunities in the US, in Europe, and frankly, even in China, collapse, the margins on them collapse. People are coming to Southeast Asia because the opportunity is still large. 670 million people, 680 million people.
Yes.
And very young.
Yes.
And also very educated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so fair enough. The expansion should be in this region as opposed to looking overseas, I think, for someone like you. We talked before about financial inclusion and just kind of touched on financial education. Is there an angle for you to do more of that?
At the moment, actually, I'm teaching master degree at Thammasat and ABAC.
In what? In finance?
In fintech.
In fintech?
Yeah.
You teach a course on fintech?
It's a subject in a master degree program.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I would love to expand this one to the broader audiences.
So how much time do you spend teaching every week?
3 hours. Every week.
That's a lot for somebody who's the group CEO
for a Saturday.
Of a startup company. Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I have been doing this for like 5-6 years.
Do you enjoy the teaching?
Yeah. You know, every time that we prepare the data for our students. It's like we have the time to learn.
For yourself,
yeah,
right?
For yourself. So, or by getting paid to be the teacher, I think that the duty is to research. The duty is to find more knowledge.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and during the teaching, it's just like the show, just like podcast. Just enjoy it. Yeah,
exactly. So I did. The reason why I ask you if you enjoyed is I taught a course at Chonladet University last year. I think at the end of last year, 2 years. I can't remember when it was. But I loved this idea of like forcing myself to rethink the way I thought about things.
Right.
And then putting it in a way that people can understand.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And then I choose to teach the fintech stuff because I need to update myself.
Sure. Well, again, this is one of the reasons why I love doing this, right? Because I talk to you. I talk to tons of other people in the fintech and short-tech space. It just means that every day that I do one of these, I have a framework for this conversation. I don't know what I'm going to get from you, but it's always something that I didn't know beforehand.
Right. I agree.
And I love learning like that, right?
Yeah.
Do you, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have a partnership with LU Global, is that right?
LU International.
LU International.
So under Finvest app,
right?
We collectively, RoboWealth, Kasikorn Bank, and LU International, together we deliver that app.
So what is that? What is that part of the business?
You mean the duty of each party?
No. In other words, what is it? Is there a private equity part of that business?
Oh, no. Actually, LU International, they offer this kind of mobile app to invest in funds.
Right.
Okay, and I think the hub here is in Singapore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to offer accredited investor the way to invest. Yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay. Very interesting.
Yeah. So we used the know-how, the UX, UI of that LU International to combine with our operational team and API to connect with Stock Exchange for Fund Connects to connect with the e-wallet platform.
Got it.
Okay. And to use our content team to provide the content. And then Kasikorn Bank has done a lot on marketing side.
I understand.
To convert the bank's customer to our customers.
To your customers.
Yes.
How often are you producing your podcast, your show?
Every week.
So every week?
Every week.
Religiously every week?
Every week. And right now we have both podcast and Clubhouse.
Right.
Once a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you do them together?
Separately.
You do?
Yeah.
So when I do my Clubhouse, we do it together. So it's very interesting actually, but we keep you should think about this. We keep the Clubhouse unrecorded.
Okay.
So we record the podcast like this, and we have a connectivity into the Clubhouse. So the Clubhouse people can hear us recording.
I see.
But they're not on the show.
Okay.
And we find it's a good way to get the hybrid audience there, right?
Oh, I try that.
Yeah, you should, because we talked about this offline, right? I'm not a big lover of Clubhouse, but I'll test anything.
Okay. Yeah.
And one of the reasons why for me is because it just seems a little too noisy for me. Right? I love having a one-on-one conversation. And what I don't want is 30 other people in this room tapping on my shoulder to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Right?
Raising their
hands and just getting in our way. And I don't want my guests to be bothered.
I see.
Right?
I see.
It's important for me for the guest to have a great experience. And I think there is a way to hybrid into Clubhouse so that the experience is still good for the guest. But people feel like they're included. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, anyway. I'll try that as well.
Yeah, you should. Do you do video too?
Yes. During the podcast, that would be the video, just like I think what we are doing at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where can people find it? Where can I find it?
You can find it on our Facebook page, Ordini. Just search Ordini.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you do live to Facebook when you're recording?
We try to do the Facebook live, but I think the recorded one, it's more engaging.
I agree.
Because we can input like sound effects or any other visuals.
It's just so much better.
Yes, so much better.
But it's true though, right? So many people ask me, why don't you do live? And I always tell them, first of all, I can edit out the things that I don't like that much. But also, again, the experience for the listener is so much better.
Yeah.
Because
clearer sounds.
Yeah, much clearer sound.
Yes.
It's much better that way.
Yes.
So every week, right?
Every week.
What day?
Monday.
Oh my gosh, after the weekend. Not that it really matters, right? You're probably working every day.
Yeah.
Okay, leave me with this. What do you think is going to change the game? You teach a fintech course. You've been in this business for 20-something years. What do you think is going to change the game in Thailand for fintechs and just make people feel more comfortable being involved in investment markets?
I think right now we have seen a good development of financial inclusion and investment inclusion.
Right.
What I hope is that regulators should make it easier to clients to open account.
So how would that happen? In other words, how can it be easier for them to open an account?
For example, at the moment, if you would like to invest less than 50,000 baht, that's why you can do online account opening. In the mid of this year, okay, you cannot do that anymore. Or unless you use the NDID, which is quite costly for us.
The NDID,
and the NDID would cost us about 200 baht per one new account.
Oh no,
it's a nightmare. So that's why what I would like to say is that we must use other techniques such as the dip shipping of the ID card, which is costly as well.
Right.
Or to use the NFC technology to tap into the passport.
Just to start right away.
Yeah. So what I would like to propose is that if our regulators are more relaxing on this, that would be the real game changer, because the drop-off rate is huge at the moment.
For account signups.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Right? You can see them going through the process.
Yes. And then
they're just like,
drop off.
Never mind.
No more.
Right?
Yeah.
So they want to do it.
Yeah.
But they don't do it.
Yeah.
So part of your job, I presume, is interfacing with the regulators on a regular basis and just going, ladies and gentlemen, come on.
Yes. I think 2 days ago, I was on stage to offer some speech at the panel discussion.
Okay.
And to answer this one, I proposed the government to come up with a new technology of ID card, like RFID or whatever.
Something.
And then our NFC embedded in our mobile phone should contactless identify from that new ID card.
Right, so it just knows
and then
who you are.
just do the selfie.
Right.
Because the AI can detect the liveness and the face with the ID card.
This basically falls into the category of there's just got to be a better way.
So if you can do that one, that's it. Very easy.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, I really want to thank you for coming in and doing this today. Chonladet Khemarattan, the group CEO of RoboWealth.
Okay.
I really appreciate you doing
My
this
pleasure.
today.
Yeah.
Thank
I'm
you
very
very
happy
much.
today. Thank you.
Thank you. TDPK Podcasts, Thailand GameChanger. Inside the minds of Thailand's innovators.